And we're back. Another episode 164th. As my cat now jumps onto the PlayStation 4, causing trouble. I might be battling him all podcast, guys.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's one of those days. You know, he puked and like an hour ago, and now he wants to play and mess around. It's weird. Wish I could bounce back like that.
Do you expel your evil like Cat does? So
Is that what happens?
yes, sometimes I have to regurgitate their evil.
Okay. Must have been plotting last night. Next to my new guinea pigs. I bought 2 guinea pigs, guys.
You just keep racking up the pets, huh?
That's right. I'm up to 4. All different.
Cat, ferret, and now guinea pigs.
Yes.
4 is
Start another YouTube channel.
It's not just it's not just hunting practice for the cat.
Oh, Jesus.
He knows better sometimes. Kind of. I think I caught him licking his chops the other day, just as he was looking around the corner. But 4:30 in the morning feeding time is quite the hilarity, where it's a lot of noises going on.
Oh boy.
Well, that's when I get up for work and they're like, "Oh, the human's up. Sweet, it's food time." That's what that means.
The food giant.
Yeah, the food giant. The other thing is my cat is going after posters. Hold on. Cat, come on, get down. What are you doing? Bad kitty. Bad kitty, get out. Shoot. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Ah. The 3rd poster you've attacked today. Caught the cat also chewing on cardboard this morning. Just wants to chew and play.
Oh boy.
Yeah. He's trouble. Joey, how's your felines and other animals doing?
They're all doing pretty good so far.
So far?
I mean, Cambria has early stages of kidney disease, but yeah, they're all doing good.
And the dogs? Dogs good?
Yep.
Okay.
Being a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Well, see? Animals are pains in the asses. Unless you keep them in a cage forever. Evil. How you doing, Colin?
I'm doing all right. It's been a bit of a busy July. I got to see Deadpool and Wolverine last weekend.
Any
and
good?
It's hilarious. Absolutely
Yes.
worth a watch.
It's very good.
Yeah. It's a nice little love letter to all the different superhero movies that came in like the early to mid 2000s, both the good and the bad. In particular, the original X-Men movies and all of the Fantastic Four movies. Yes, even that one. Four Stick.
I don't recall that one.
Probably for the best.
Yeah, all right. All good then?
It's the one directed by Josh Trank. But yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine is awesome. Absolutely worth a watch. I mean, the opening credits sequence is absolutely hilarious. Of course, you would have had to see the movie Logan to fully get the most humor out of it.
Yeah, I never saw that either.
What's wrong with you?
Well, when the only movies that come out are these superhero movies, I kind of got tired of them real quick. I want real cinema, guys. I'm a man of culture.
What's wrong with you?
I'm a man of culture who watches trash anime, which I'll be doing the anime podcast after this. Today's topic is yours, Joey. What is it and why?
My topic is good or evil.
Wonder what that means.
Why? Well, I don't remember why I chose it, but I did.
Isn't it the anniversary of one of these games?
I think so. I think the first one we'll talk about has another one. I know they already released one. I think there's something with that coming out soon or has come out.
Let's see. One came out in May, and the other one came out September 14th, originally. So close. Close. Just about.
Nice.
Okay. Colin, what games have you been playing?
I think you know the answer to that. More Tears of the Kingdom.
Mm-hmm. I figured you'd beat that game by now.
Me too. But another side quest has come up that really got my interest because it involves gliding straight into a storm cloud surrounding something and then going deep underground. Talk to another in order to build a mechanical body for the spirit of someone from the distant past. Get a better idea of what the fuck is going on.
And yourself, Joey?
Play a little bit of It Takes Two with Megan. We got through the castle. The divorce game. Where your parents and you get turned into a little clay.
Oh, the clay yarn creature guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I do remember this.
So we got through the castle. We play it once every couple months when she gets over being frustrated from it. So
now, do you troll her, or what's the strategy there?
No, only when the mini games we kick her ass, but other than that, only occasionally when there's something funny. But yeah, slowly getting through it, and we both hate the wife. She's just the worst. Like the scene in the castle where there's toilets. She's like, "You're obviously not an engineer because there's no pipes." We're like, "Bitch, it's a play castle. Who's gonna install real toilets?"
No wonder they wanted to split.
Exactly. And then she got pissed off. "You're using my chessboard?" And like, "You weren't using it. It's from my grandmother." "Well, it's being used." What? She's just the worst.
Everything's terrible and bad with her. Yeah, I do
Yeah,
recall
pretty
this.
much.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy might be lazy, but he's not an asshole.
Well, him being lazy means he's an asshole, clearly. That's
to her.
Yeah.
Because he's not piping up toilets in a cardboard castle.
Right. Of course. See, Joey, when you're a man, you got to step up.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. Played a little bit of EverQuest, but kind of in a lull right now because Satisfactory 1.0 comes out in a month, and that's going to take up a lot of my time.
Ooh. You're prepping for it, huh?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still chugging along in Final Fantasy 15 a little bit. Mostly, kind of like you, Colin. I'm just kind of doing a bunch of side stuff of non-consequence and in interest, but it's just, I don't want to get wrapped up in like a major chapter story when I know I only have like an hour. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can totally see that.
Yeah. Work's been taking up a lot of time, and then I've just been very exhausted the last 2 weeks. But I was able to fit in and play a lot of the 2 games we played for the podcast. So that's what I've been playing, is literally the 2 podcast games. I almost beat one of them, and then I got like halfway through the other. So maybe you can guess which one.
All right.
Yeah, probably, because I think one of these is really short.
Well, how long is... Let me see here. Kind of both the same, sort of. Okay. Well, let's not waste any time. You want to get into it? 10 minutes in?
Sure.
Nice and quick?
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, good or evil? Joey. Game 1
Yes.
and why?
Yes. So now I know why I picked it, because Fable 4 is coming out soon. They released some trailers. I think comes out next year.
Okay.
So that's probably why it popped in my head. And I was like, why not we play the first one? So first game we're going to talk about is Fable. And the first thing I have to talk about is the running animation is so fucking weird.
It's janky.
Before I even talk about the game itself, it's weird. Obviously, it was built by Blue Ball's Box Studio. Line. I don't know why that one's above. I thought it was all Lionhead Studios. But whatever. Big blue box.
Balls. Isn't it just a
Microsoft,
subsidiary of Lionhead? Isn't that all it is?
Probably, yeah. It's Microsoft. It's Xbox. Came out in 2004, September 14th.
Yeah, 20-year anniversary, basically.
Yeah. And their run model sucks. Their sprinting model looks normal. The run model sucks. It just doesn't look like the legs go forward. Somehow the leg goes down and then backwards, and then down and backwards. And it just, I don't know. It's uncanny valley.
A lot of the game comes across as cartoonish and not in a good way, in my opinion. Because it's almost like they tried to go for a realistic architecture and like world, but then you have these Family Guy looking characters in polygonal form.
Yeah, well, I think because they put so much into like how much you can change the characters and everything, since your alignment changes it, and you could change character from eating too much or drinking too much. So I think they kept it simple just so they can handle that and still get the game out.
I suppose. It reminded me of Dark Cloud in how a lot of the game, the first one, not the second one with the building thing, the building mechanic. But the first one, how you traverse the pseudo open world, it's more linear because of the limitations of the consoles at the time, PS2, Xbox. So it's like, okay, it reminded me in that aspect of Final Fantasy 13 because I'm currently doing that. I haven't played that in a couple months, actually. Shame on me. Anyways, that's what this reminded me of. It was like Dark Cloud, but more linear, like Final Fantasy 13.
Did Dark Cloud come out? No, that was 4 years earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, Dark Cloud was like beginning PS2 era.
Yeah. Fair enough. This game wasn't too bad. I mean, I like the decisions and how it changes the characters, which is obviously why I picked the theme. I like how it's, which in the other game as well, they're both telling the stories. This one, obviously, like a fable, hence the name Fable. So you get that, like,
what? No way.
Storybook type Fable cutscenes. So, but yeah, and the endings I think is hilarious. The evil ending that you go through all of this to save your sister, and then you decide to kill her with your sword to get more power.
That's right. You became more evil over the course of your journey, and you're like, fuck it, I'm just going to kill her now. She put me through a lot.
Fuck you, bitch. It's all your fault I'm evil, so I'm going to kill you.
Oh, God. Can someone explain to me what the Lost Chapters is?
The Lost Chapters.
I got no clue.
Me either.
Okay, so it's the same
like
game,
DLC.
but new monsters, weapons, alignment-based spells, expressions. You can give children objects. Story receives further augmentation in the form of 9 new areas and 16 additional quests.
I have this from the questions on Google. Is Fable the Lost Chapter the full game? Answer: neither a separate game, nor is an expansion, nor is it Game Plus. Simply put, TLC is Fable as originally intended.
Ah.
Huh.
Okay.
So it's the definitive edition.
I guess,
before
yeah.
the anniversary edition that upgraded everything.
I think my cat's gonna puke again. He's making the licky sounds.
Expel that evil.
Are you okay there, kitty cat? Don't puke on me.
No.
Don't give me that look. I think he's a little sick right now. I think that's what's happening. Well, maybe if he didn't eat so much cardboard and posters on the wall, he wouldn't be so sick. He didn't find that very humorous. So I chose the evil path. I wanted to grow horns, and I did. My body became very grotesque very quickly. I was a very evil guy. The combat, I wasn't really feeling it. It felt too, what's the word? Swingy, I guess. But like everything had too much weight to it. It's like, imagine if you played Zelda, but it felt like you were swinging 360 degrees every time.
Yeah, I was playing on PC, and also the dodging was really awkward.
Yeah,
you have to click the scroll wheel to do it.
Yeah, that's really weird. Then
wait, scroll wheel to dodge.
Yeah, it says click the middle button. The only middle button I have is the scroll wheel.
So not even like scrolling to dodge. You have to click to dodge.
Yep, he's puking. Right on the stairs, too. Very convenient place to step.
Yeah, dodge rolling, I just didn't even bother.
Yeah, why would you bother? That just sounds awkward in general.
Yeah, I never did play this one. Although I remember reading about it on IGN way back when it first came out. Seemed like an interesting game, but I didn't have access to an Xbox back then, so it passed me by. I did not realize it was so short. I mean, it's how long to beat? It says it's like 12 and a half hours.
It kind of is if you just kind of race through the story, and that's more or less what I was doing. I got about 8 hours in. It felt like I was close to the end of the game.
Yeah, but even with all the side quests, it says around like 19 hours or so.
Yeah, so it's not that long.
And so much of it is taken up by the tutorial.
Oh, the tutorial felt like it only took like 10 minutes. But I guess the first couple hours does constantly feel like that as well.
Yeah, it's all training with like sword and bow and arrow and magic. Of course, I was playing the Fable Anniversary Edition on Steam. I didn't have time to go out and get an Xbox copy. But it was interesting. I mean, from what I could tell, the morality scale kind of went along similar lines to Knights of the Old Republic and Mass Effect. But obviously not nearly as meaty.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the combat's pretty bog standard, at least by modern standards.
Yeah, I remember a lot of people were very hyped about this game when it came out, and they're really into it. I didn't have an Xbox,
Yeah.
I didn't really get to experience that, but everyone really hyped this up, and I remember with each like sequel coming out, people became more and more disappointed with the game.
Yeah.
Because the concept of freedom of choice and freedom of path just never met expectations, while the limitations in this kind of being a first of its kind did get people on that good versus evil path. It's like, oh, I'm not de facto good guy all the time, so that was something fun to do. And it encouraged you to play at least twice, right?
Yeah.
But then, welcome back, Cat. Done puking. Okay. But I was I'd never played this before, and I think I've tried a couple times, but never really gained an interest outside of the beginning stages. And I never realized that this was not an open world. I just always assumed it was.
Yeah, same here.
So, color me surprised when, in order to travel from area to area, it's linear and teleport paths. So it's a lot of loading screens all the time. Everything is a self-contained region rather than something you can just go to over and over again. Again, I understand it. It's probably limitations of the console, first time through, etc., etc. So it's not a game breaker, but to me, it doesn't age particularly well in that regard because you're constantly just waiting to go to the next area. And if you want to go to the other side of the map, you have to go through fucking 12 or whatever areas it was, and you're just constantly clicking, wait, just to get to another section. Progression's slow.
Yeah, that sounds tedious.
Yeah. There's a lot. The game feels tedious overall for me.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
I can understand that.
Okay. You have to be a boy, too. Ooh, that's not going to bode well in 2024. Okay, here we go. Straight from the wiki. The choices players make in the game affect the perception and reaction to their hero by the characters of Albion and change the hero's appearance to mirror what good or evil deeds he has performed. Yes. In addition to the main quest to learn what happened to the hero's family, nothing good. Players can engage in optional quests and pursuits such as trading, romance and married life, pub gaming, boxing, exploring, and theft. I stole a lot of things. I tried to romance people. Then it was telling me, oh, but if you have kids, you can die, and then you can be the kids. And then they can be evil. I'm like, do I want to go down that path? How evil can I be? I didn't come across any boxing. Didn't do that.
Yeah, I only played like maybe an hour or hour and a half, so I don't have that in depth of what knowledge of what goes on.
Hey, you played like a ninth of the game. Well, Joey, anything else?
No, I don't know much to say. I only played about an hour as well.
Okay.
And the running just freaked me out. I mean, the sprinting was fine, but the running, just weird. Just very weird. But I'm gonna pass this game.
You're gonna pass it?
Yeah, I'll pass it.
I'm gonna pass it.
I'm undecided. Well, ask me again later.
Okay, I'll ask you again later after we discuss the second game,
Okay.
which is one of my favorite franchises. I wish there was more.
We played this
There's
together,
not.
didn't we? Or was that the second one?
Probably the second one because I think that was the New Orleans one.
Or did we play both of them?
Probably.
I think we played both together.
Talking about Infamous, developed by Sucker Punch,
Sucker Punch. I like them.
published
Hell
by
yeah.
Sony, came out in
Sly Cooper,
2009.
Ghost of Tsushima guys. Infamous.
Infamous.
Anyways, go on.
So, you're at Empire City after a terrorist attack leaves it devastated. Some people start spouting off powers. Some people start joining gangs. Everything goes to shit.
Everything's in
You
comic
play
book
around as
form.
Cole. Well, I wouldn't say comic book. I would say more graphic novel.
All right, whatever.
Because it doesn't have like the bang pals type stuff.
Yeah, well, come on.
But yeah, it's just like Fable is telling a fable. This one's kind of comic book, graphic novel type storyline, which I like. I went good because I always go good the first time around. That way, when I go evil, I can just take out all the frustration from being good the first time.
I played this game as a good guy as well. This actually made you feel good to be a good guy.
Yeah.
Because you still felt like a badass, and it wasn't like the game's trying to hold you back from anything.
Yeah, but I also felt like it was hard to be good in the beginning because everyone hates you because they think you're the reason this all went down.
Well,
you're the
I mean,
terrorist, you're the invisible thing. So they throw rocks at you until you start doing good. They realize, oh, okay. But if you stay evil, they still hate your
you
guts.
gotta be a superhero, Joey. You gotta prove yourself. Everybody gets one, like Spider-Man.
But I really like this game, and I think it still holds up. It didn't feel too bad. I mean, I had to change the inverted left and right bullshit, but other than that, it felt fine.
Yeah, I already played and beat this one on the good run, so I decided to do an evil run this time.
Ooh.
Look
Yeah.
at you, you evil bastard.
Can't believe you would choose the
Hell
bad
yeah.
path.
Hey, I get red lightning out of it. I get to drain everyone's bioelectricity out of them. Kind of looked like something out of Soul Reaver when I did that, because it like all the streams go into your mouth.
Mm-hmm. You like it when things go into your mouth like that? Streaming?
Who doesn't?
Well, okay. That's true, but come on.
I'm sure you would, JD.
Look, I dream about that almost nightly. Okay, so when it comes to Infamous, I love how they built the game to traverse the world. Everything feels very above standard. I guess would be because you would think a game like this wouldn't age properly until they figured out the formula, but it sure felt like they had the formula down from the start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was getting a lot of Sly Cooper flashbacks with traversing stuff, particularly on the walls.
Walls,
And the
little railings, yeah. The floating type mechanics that they incorporate into the game.
When you can finally like start riding the rails by like sliding on them and whatnot.
Yeah, that shit's so cool.
Yeah, going on power lines and up the power rails of buildings.
Yeah,
That was a lot of fun.
because we played the first Assassin's Creed this year. I think we played it this year.
Yeah.
Like where that game was rough, it's because climbing the buildings and everything, there was still a lot of mechanics to work out. I still think they got it to work pretty well. This, again, felt like it had it from the start. They really made it super polished. And for something 15 years old now, I'm pretty astounded how much it holds up graphically, control-wise especially. That's always kind of an aspect of older games that you got to get used to, especially when we start playing like late 90s, early 2000s PlayStation games. It's like some of these don't have the analog stick or they don't know how to move cameras around kind of deal. This was an open world that felt very open and you could go from place to place easily.
Yeah, it doesn't suffer from the analog stick controls a camera, so it has to be everything inverse. Because that's stupid.
Yeah, I beat this game, so this is the one. I did beat it again. About 18 hours, I would say I put in.
Nice.
Something like that. I really gotta play Infamous Second Son. That's what I gotta do.
I played that a couple of months ago. I gotta play it again finish it up on the evil side.
Yeah, I think I've got it downloaded onto my PS4, but I never got around to playing it. Perhaps I will. Although maybe before that I'll play Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, that's a game you gotta do. You gotta do that one. Yeah.
I have it in my possession. I just haven't gotten around to playing it.
Yeah, I know I just ripped on like not wanting to watch superhero movies. This was a good superhero game. And because it's not bogged down by Marvel or DC, they are able to create their own world and everything from it felt very original.
Yeah, and there's no like cop out on some decisions like save your girlfriend or save the people. Somebody will die. You can't save both.
You must choose.
Yeah. Yeah, when it came to that choice, I thought for sure there might be a way to save one, then the other, but once you're in a certain spot, you're locked in.
I'm
not
always
like
surprised with how many different powers the guy gets. I think there's like over 15.
Yeah, some of them are kind of ridiculous, like electric healing.
Wow.
That's right, folks. If you're suffering a hole in the gut, just grab a down power line. It'll fix you right up.
Isn't there like a villain who sucks up electricity? Or am I thinking of like a Scooby-Doo villain? Might be
Oh,
thinking of
there's-
yourself
Scooby-Doo.
can do it.
There's what's his face from Spider-Man?
Who's that?
Oh, Electro?
Electro.
Okay. Maybe that's who I was thinking of. That's what it reminds me of. Probably one of my more favorite things in modern gaming is the wait around and recover health option. Rather than constantly finding med packs or a limited amount and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, you can really just drain electricity from a nearby source, like cars.
Yeah, get it back quicker. So that's
Yeah.
nice.
Although, don't jump in the water. That'll kill you. And this
Yeah.
time it actually makes sense.
Yeah, it's a lot of the things in the world and what happens makes sense in the whole lore of the character and world. It's good. I really like it.
Yeah. So I remember for the good and evil routes, I just decided to revisit Yahtzee's old reviews of Infamous 1 and 2. He mentioned how it tends to not have much nuance. Like, in his words, you're either Cole McNice Guy or Cole McBellend.
Cole McNice Guy. That's good.
Yeah. Of course, you could argue that playing in the evil route is like playing the game on hard mode, because the game is constantly nudging you towards the good path. But
That's true. That's true.
and plus the powers you get as the evil route tend to be inferior to the good path, so that makes the game harder as a whole.
Yeah. What is this YouTube death battle you sent us in chat yesterday? Care to explain that to the audience at large?
Well, it's Cole McGrath from Infamous fighting Alex Mercer from Prototype, because both of those games came out around the same time, so people were naturally constantly comparing them to each other. Even Yahtzee did that.
When did Prototype?
And he couldn't decide which was better. I mean, Infamous is more about strategy and using diversity of powers, whereas Prototype is just running around smashing shit up. So, the guys at Death Battle decided to compare the two. Just like they spend like 10 or so minutes talking about each person's powers and abilities and just all the kinds of stuff they're capable of to prime the audience for the fight itself. And then they fight, and one will usually come out the victor. And in this case, it was Cole McGrath. And it was a pretty awesome fight. It's like the animation on it is really good. I mean, I really like the Death Battle channel in general. It's just kind of like the...
Well, it's celebrity
grown-up
deathmatch
version.
cartoon, but now with like video game characters.
Video
Nah,
games.
I see it more as like the those playground arguments that you'd have as kids where you're saying, "No way, Superman could totally beat Goku," or something like that. Or Spider-Man could totally beat Static Shock or what have you.
Well, first of all, no, that's not true. Static Shock would whoop the shit out of him. Anyways,
Yeah, this is just like the YouTube video version of that, except it's a lot more in-depth, using like scientific explanations to try and explain how certain powers would do certain things and then work that into the fight itself. And there are some pretty fun matchups in there. I mean, there's Lord Sauron from Lord of the Rings versus the Lich King from World of Warcraft. There's Darth Vader versus Obito Uchiha from Naruto.
Mm-hmm.
And Luke Skywalker versus Harry Potter. That was one of the early ones. One of the ones that was really unique was Daredevil versus Nightwing. They actually did a live action version of that. It was pretty fun. Nightwing won, by the way. But I definitely recommend that channel. It's a lot of fun. Did you guys actually watch the Cole McGrath Alex Mercer thing?
Yes, I watched it. That's why I brought it up and wanted you to explain it.
Yeah, I watched it.
Did you like it?
Yeah, and I think
Yeah, it's entertaining.
I think the outcome makes sense.
Yeah. You should see the Saitama from One Punch Man versus Popeye video. You might be surprised by the ending. No, nothing.
Nah, nothing.
Nothing. Because I'm guessing Saitama just walks away because he has no reason to fight.
Like I said, you might be surprised, but I'm not
Okay.
going to say any more than that.
Give it a try. Let's see.
All right.
Yeah, Infamous is good. If it wasn't, I wouldn't have beaten it for... I think it's the third time I beat the game now. It's at least 3.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm definitely passing this game.
Yeah, easy pass.
Easy pass. And you know what? Ask me that question again. Do I pass or fail Fable?
Pass or fail Fable.
I fail it.
Okay.
Oh,
Not as good as Infamous. That's what I'm basing it off of.
Well, that's obvious. It's not as good as
Okay, that was a fun little twist. Okay, so Fable. For some reason in my head, I was thinking this game was rare at one point. No, it's cost like at most $10 in the last, well, basically since it came out. And then Infamous. I mean, you can get Infamous in a variety of different ways, but let's say you're a free collector like me and you want the hard copy to go with your PS3 is $8. So, well worth it.
Well, luckily I didn't have to spend any more money on it. I still have my copy from years ago. That one ran me $25.
Ooh,
What a rip.
what a ripoff. Should have just waited 10 years. Okay.
Yeah, I still had the price tag on my on the cover. I never bothered to take those off.
Aw. All right, so our 2 games were of the good or evil path was Fable on the Xbox and Infamous on the PlayStation 3. Colin, favorite, least favorite?
Well, favorite, obviously, Infamous. As for tier rankings, I'll probably give Fable a low B, and Infamous gets an S.
Ooh. Okay.
Hell yeah.
B and an S.
It easily earns it.
Okay. I guess it's
you.
my turn. I failed Fable. I'll give it a C. If it was open world, I think I would have enjoyed it more, and the controls were too janky for my liking. Infamous? Ooh. I'll go A on Infamous.
Okay.
Joey.
Infamous, obviously my favorite. I agree with you, Fable, with the C. Even though I passed it, it was all right. There's a lot of things that are wonky, but yeah. And Infamous, I was on the fence, but I'm gonna go S.
Awesome.
Well, so that means Infamous is now one of the best games we've ever played for the podcast.
And I would agree with that statement.
Yeah. It's up there with Portal for this year.
Nice.
I think those are the only 2 games we played given S tiers.
This
We have a lot of
year.
A's this year.
And we have a lot of F's.
Well deserved. Well earned.
1B.
Ah, yeah, look at that. Zero wing on the Genesis.
Three B's.
No, that's our only... Oh, yeah,
One
Rogue and
Fortune
Unreal
is
from the first cast of the year. Okay.
Yep.
Not a lot of D's. Wait, 2? Okay. All right. I get the next choice of podcast, and the topic is going to be Shapeshifter.
Ooh,
There you go.
interesting.
Got me interested in playing one particular game, so I'll find the second one.
Alrighty.
All right. So that does it for this episode. Guys, see you next time.
Bye.
Bye now.